I'm an addict. Drugs and alcohol nearly destroyed my life.
One of the things I've learned is that during my addiction, I actually altered my brain chemistry.
Addiction is a cycle. My brain became dependent on the very chemicals which were destroying it.
Experts aren't sure why some people become addicts and others don't. They are discovering the ways in which drugs and alcohol affect our brain. The National Institute on Drug Abuse has called drug addiction a brain disease.
Diseases have a biological basis.
They have identifiable signs and symptoms and a predictable course and outcome.
Diseases are not a matter of free will. There is no choice involved.
Chemical dependency is recognized as a disease by the American Medical Association, the American Psychological Association, and the World Health Organization.
In this video, we want to share with you some of the facts about chemical dependency.
Specifically, the way drugs and alcohol affect our brain chemistry, interfering with its normal function.
Everything we'll talk about in this program relates to the brain.
The nervous system is the body's main communication system, and the brain is the most centralized part of it and the part that controls all the rest. Our perceptions, our attention, it controls memory, movement, and it also controls pleasure and pain.
Alcohol and other mood-altering drugs affect each function of the brain by interfering with the way it transmits and processes information. For example, if I prick my finger, I feel the pain instantly, or so it seems. But what actually happens is that the nerve cells at the tip of my finger send a message of the sensation up to my brain. I don't actually feel the sensation of pain until the message has reached my brain.
Messages like these travel along pathways made up of individual nerve cells called neurons. These cells are not connected, but separated by small gaps called synapses. The neurons talk to each other by releasing certain chemicals that act like messengers traveling across the synapse.
These chemical messengers are called neurotransmitters, and each one has a distinct structure and message. When a neurotransmitter is released from a neuron, it attaches to a neighboring neuron at its receptor site. A neuron can only receive a neurotransmitter if its shape matches with the receptor site.
Alcohol and other mood-altering drugs disrupt the proper functioning of the brain.
They interfere with these pathways, affecting how the brain processes information.
Let's suppose my hand has been shot with Novocaine and is completely numb. I might hurt my finger but never feel the pain. Novocaine stops the pain message from reaching my brain. That's because Novocaine stops the neurons from sending or receiving the message. Alcohol and other drugs alter the way the messages are sent or received in a similar way.
Every thought, mood, and emotion has a chemical basis. So every time you feel something, you sense something, every emotion that you feel, there's a chemical reaction occurring in the brain. And what alcohol and drugs do is alter this chemical symphony. They may produce a feeling that the individual likes, but there's a substantial price they pay for it as a result of this disruption of the chemical symphony.